Oh hey, howdy, here's R2, parked in my garage. All the reviewers are raving about it. Let's talk about the 5 gripes that I have with my R2 as an owner, coming up next. All right, so first up is gonna be charge port door. It's a manual door, as we all know with R2. Not an issue that it's a manual door. That's not the problem here, people, okay? The problem here is, number one, it's gonna be fitment and how it's built. This is very plasticky, very lightweight. It needs to be a little heavier. That's just my opinion on it. One of the biggest gripes I have on it, it needs to be heavier. Next is gonna be the alignment. Just about every R2 you've seen, these are all misaligned. Probably gonna be something that's gonna be hard for Rivian to adjust. Doesn't look like there's too much adjustability in this handle, but there's one of the bigger gripes when it comes to the charge port door. Next is gonna be the charge port door it is in a locked position here, but if the car, as you see my door handles are open, if I pull out this and I lock the car, I will show you. Let's say if I hit this, vehicle is now locked. Can completely open it. Also, it opens when you're driving. 100% can move this car and do this. I actually put a clip in of that so you can see that, but it actually does move. You can move the vehicle and open the charge port door at the same time. This is probably, it's not at the top of my list, and also this list is not in any particular order, people. It is just my 5 gripes. Charge port door made the list. All right, folks, and the next one's gonna be the capacitive buttons on R2. There are going to be 3 of them in total. One on the front trunk, one on the rear, and one on the left-hand side of the drop glass, so you can drop the glass. My issue with this is capacitive buttons can be difficult to deal with in different climates. As an example, for me to open this, you have to press it kind of a lot. It's not a super easy open. Also, while we're talking about the front trunk going up, it unlocking is pretty loud, just so you know. Again, these are gripes that I have with it. And as you see, if you press really hard in here, it will open. But I feel like that's not what a capacitive button should be. Capacitive button means I should be able to lightly press it and it does its thing. That's it. But it doesn't. But yet, here we are. Capacitive button there. Actually, you know what? Pick the camera up. Follow me. We're going to take a little field trip, people. We're going to come all the way to the back here. And as we get here, this one's here, number 2. This side over the vehicle here, pressing this. This one now works a little bit better after a software update. Does work a little bit better. But here's the caveat with this. Doesn't go back up. You have to really press on it, and it's not a one touch. It's very finicky. You gotta hold it down pretty tight to get the glass to go back up. Capacitive button, not my friend. Next up's gonna be where they cut the cost with R2. They had to cut costs. We know this. It can't be an R1, obviously. So where do they do it? Things from the waistline down. So as an example, if you're sitting in the driver's seat, you put your arm there, you got nice materials. When we move back to the cargo area of the vehicle, all of that is plastic. What happens when you throw a lot of luggage and things into a plastic bin? You scratch them up. Let me show you. So, follow me. As you can see here, all of these parts here, all of them, the entire sides here are going to be destroyed. Absolutely going to get destroyed because this is all hard plastic. What I would have loved to have seen in R2 would have been at least this carpet material here. At least this on the sides. That also helps with noise dampening. Wow, words are not wording, people. But that would have helped with that. It also helps when you put things in here to not scratch it up. As you see, I already have a scratch there. And all I've put in here is a few things. I got some over here too. But for me, it made my list because I know when we do road trips and we throw luggage and stuff in here, as an example, we're going on a cruise come Friday. I have my parents coming down here, so you're gonna have 4 suitcases in here. This is gonna get a little beat up. Is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. Am I gonna be super upset about it? No, but I know in about 10 to 12,000 miles, this is not gonna look as pretty as it does right now. But let's carry on and move on and see. All right, guys, well, oh yeah, look, I got my crossbars up here, the R1 ones. are up here. Let's go to the other side so I can lock the other side in. Oh, well, this doesn't fit, which brings me to my next point. We have no crossbars to do anything with putting anything up here. We can't do it. We can't put anything up there because we don't have the crossbars, which tells me that all the accessories that would go on top of a Rivian vehicle have to wait. So my awning that's sitting inside my garage can't go up. My rooftop tent that's sitting in there can't go up. So I can't use any of them. Speaking of camping, I don't even have a camp mode yet. Don't get me started, but I don't have a camp mode. That's something that's coming in a future software update. But when it comes to accessories for an adventure vehicle, my gripe with this is you launch the vehicle with no way to attach all of the things that make a Rivian onto the car, with no timetable and nothing else to let us know when these are coming. Do I know when they're coming? No, don't ask me, I don't know. I have reached out to people that I know. They say it's coming very soon. But I just want to keep everybody in mind, this is a lighthearted video, but these are my gripes with the R2. And this is a big one for me because we really, really use our awning all the time on our R1, and we cannot use it on R2 until we get the official R2 crossbars. All right, guys, and for our last gripe on the list of things for R2, it's going to be what's missing in the software to date. Is it the end of the world? I'm going to start this off. Is it end of the world? No. Is some of the things we are expecting not to be there? Yes, because it's a new software, it's a new platform, we get it. But my bigger gripe is the things that made a Rivian, some of them are not here. And the biggest one to me for an adventure vehicle would be camp mode. Camp mode is not in this vehicle yet. There's also no way to say keep climate as another way to do it. That's not there. The only option you have right now, if you wanted to go camping in this car and sleep inside of the vehicle, would be to use pet mode. What is the issue with using pet mode, you may ask? Well, the issue is going to be the screen's going to stay on. Now, a way around that is you could put a blanket or something over it, I guess, and that would block it out. But it's unnecessary for the screen to be running that entire time you're trying to sleep inside your car. You know what I mean? Most people are going to sleep between 6 and 8 hours, or maybe 4 and 8 hours. And I don't think the screen, that's not, just is not necessary. Next is going to be, we are missing Rivian Assistant, which is a big thing. Out of our R1, we miss it in R2 so much. It was very helpful because it actually controlled things inside the car. It controlled things far as it told you information about your car. It could help you with all kinds of things of where you were. It was a very useful tool. It also was our only way in R1 to send text messages in the car. I know that's a highly contested thing about people texting or using it, but it was an option. We don't have that option in R2 at all. When it comes to music, I'll show you here on the music screen. When you go up to your services, these are your only services that you currently have: Apple Music, Audible, Spotify, Tidal, and TuneIn. We don't have Amazon Music, but yet on R1, they took away Amazon Alexa, and that was the only way to use Amazon Music. So, and we were told that Amazon Music is coming very soon. Hopefully it does, but I feel like we should not be taking away things before we have the replacement in place. That makes sense. I know for my spouse, he uses Amazon Music. We don't have it here. He's okay with using Apple Music. He also uses that, but he really does miss using his Amazon Music. Don't fight me. Fight with your spouse in the comments. That's not about me. That's what he likes. That's what's okay in our household. But at the end of the day, there's just a lot of things, not a lot, there's some things that are just missing in the software that I really feel, I really hope that by the end of the year, we are at feature parity with R1 and starting with R1 and R2 starting to move forward with new features. Example, same thing. Again, I'm going to tie back into this. When it goes to camp mode with the accessories, we like to use our awning and all that stuff. We can't use it because we don't have our crossbars. There's no accessory to put the crossbars. The crossbars are not out. I have my R1 bars, and as you saw earlier in this video, there's a reason why I think the R2 bars were kind of a scramble to get to them. There's a reason. And I see why, because I have R1 bars and I put them up on my vehicle and I can see what the issue is. They're coming. I know that. They're coming. That's all I can say about that. We don't have YouTube streaming. We do not have Google Cast. Google Cast is something that we did use, not as much, but we did use the YouTube native app in our R1 a lot, and we miss it here because we utilize that at charging stops. You know, when one of us would go to work, if we got to work early or whatever, we could sit and watch videos and kill the time or whatever. Is it the end of the world? No, you can use your phone. But it's nice to look at it on this nice, beautiful 15.6 inch screen. We can't do that. That's the issue. Other thing is like with Gear Guard. We have Gear Guard. When I come out of work or anything and I get in the truck, I get no notifications about anything that the car has videoed around it. I have to physically go into Gear Guard, click it, and then go to Motion Cam, or they would populate here if I had any on. If I had any here, they would populate. That's a miss, because that's telling me that you're not notifying me of anything. Now, if they change the way they're doing it, they should have notified us as consumers to know, hey, that's going to operate a little bit differently. Again, these are my gripes with the car. It may not be the same gripes for you, and that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. We are all individuals, and we can do and have all different opinions. That's about it for me, though, when it comes to the software issues. I mean, again, music, I wish we had more services by now, like YouTube Music, Amazon Music. I mean, there's just so many. Pandora, there's a lot. Apple Podcast, Netflix. There's a lot of things that I would love to have or see in this vehicle. And eventually, I know they'll get here eventually. They will. Absolutely, they will. When? We don't know. We do not know right now. We know there's a new pet mode coming that's going to be able to utilize the camera that is up here used for autonomy. We haven't got it yet. We don't know when it's going to come. I think that's the biggest gripe. We just don't know when these features are going to come to R2. Does it make us hate our R2 anymore? Nope. We still love the vehicle. We still buy it. But that's our gripes, guys. Those are 5 big gripes that we have with R2. There isn't much. You can see that. Pulling at some of the straws. But here we are. Those are the things that we dislike about our R2. And we look forward to talking to you guys and seeing you on the next video. You can go ahead and comment down below. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one.
2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted.